Welcome, Jack, in another episode of What's Next, another week,
Hi,
another
Marcin.
challenges, and another set of amazing things around, AI, business, SaaS, and everything else. So, without further ado, let's talk about what happened and what's next ahead of us. Let me kick this week off with my first topic. When I was just preparing for our chat, I found that AI is entering enterprise tiers. That's probably the best shortcut to name it, because I noticed that OpenAI has just introduced the premium seats for ChatGPT Business. And this is their answer for, as they named, high demand and high needs of maybe more supported, more powered, more empowered seats that do not have this 5-hour usage limits, and they have plenty of other extensions and powers basically for more money. The tier is quite simple because it has just yet another pricing attached to that, and if you can see it on my screen, they said that you can just right now, whenever you'll be buying the standard seat, you can also bump it up and have a premium seat instead. So it's a 5 times more usage than standard, no 5-hour limit. For more money, obviously, but it doesn't make a point if it's ChatGPT, if it would be Claude, Anthropic, whoever else. Generally, I think that we are going slowly towards the place where price and benefits and monetization on top of the models will play more role than previously. But at the same time, just to maybe compare with the current discussion, we saw this week or last week, I can't even remember. We saw the 0x alpha model that was a stealth model flying around the web, gathering traction because it was announced as a free model without a specific owner and creator being announced at the beginning. And it landed on Open Router, Open Code around August 20th, and under stealth provider, no confirmed public creator then. Surprisingly enough, there was an information that they were offering 1 million token context window, which is kind of not typical for someone who is just testing something. And immediately there were a lot of gossips, a lot of posts flying around from even Google employees that they were teasing, like, no, maybe this is a Gemini version next, or maybe something else. Maybe they were cooking. But it turns out, literally today, that this is not Gemini, it's not Google's, it was GLM, ZPU lineage, the new version of this model from ZAI, and the Bloomberg even confirmed that on their recent tweet. So yeah, it's not Google's. So those posts were misleading. Of course, everything else was kind of pointing to the wrong directions. But yeah, it is there. It was there, and I don't know what will be the phase next for this model. But yeah, obviously, it will be available maybe for not a free amount of money, but it will be for us and for the others to be used. One thing before I will conclude this topic, I wanted to mention that right now we are entering the phase where we can literally speak with the models and choose the models and decide what we are doing with them without feeling guilty about it. But obviously this model was different in the phase of adoption. I don't know if you have used the 0x alpha, but I observed that, and people observed that with every single day it got better. So there was a suspicious conspiracy theory that it is learning over the time, and we don't know if it was or if it wasn't, but generally that was the conclusion from many people, that it got self-improved over the time when they were using it. But I have a very bad experiences with it so far, so I hope that it learned enough to be better for the next usages when I will be dealing with it. But yeah, before I will switch to enterprise models and enterprise tiers of tools, I would love to explore more powerful models, Fable-like, for the reasonable amount of money before we will be feeling grabbed with the cost of the tokens and cost of the utilization of the models like this. Hopefully, battles like this, hopefully tests like this and releases like this will help us and help the companies to find out better models of releasing them for us, and also without costing us and costing them too much to not use it. So that's my topic number one. I don't know if you have anything to add to that, Jack. Have you used the 0x Alpha yourself or not yet?
No, I didn't use it yet, so I have not much to add here. But
Okay,
thanks for the update. There's so much news going on. So every time when we speak, I learn something new from you, which is great.
Yeah, that's the point of it, right? So yeah, over to you for your topic then. So yeah, talk us through that then.
Sure. So I want to speak a little bit here about the boring part of the middle of the road when you build or scale SaaS products, because there is some shout out at the beginning, people are rooting for you, and eventually, maybe in the future when you have a success, everybody will be high-fiving you and telling you such a great job you did. But nobody speaks about the job in the middle. So I want to just add few words regarding this. Especially nowadays, bootstrapping does not need any venture capital. So if you can continue with your idea and verify if there is traction and then continue with the traction, eventually you should succeed, or at least have some business which you can sell later on. Let me share just a nice map of the activity of users of one of my SaaSes. So that's a lot builder. I spoke a few times about that. And here we have the activity in the last 14 days around the world. So this means a lot of to me, that so many people can benefit and their work is faster thanks to using this lookup table, which do the colorist work in no time. Usually it's a few hours to color videos into some grading, and with that tooling is much faster. And now it's 60 countries, so it's almost like
Nice.
1/3 of all
Nice.
the countries which are in the world are using the platform. So I was working hard with the ambassadors. So I partner with the video experts who on daily basis produce professional videos, and they gave me such a good feedback which helped me to improve the product. I'm really proud that we are able to push this forward, and this is part of the work nobody knows about, because there are like hours in, testing out, looking what works, what is not working. We've been speaking a lot about solopreneurs nowadays, and I was telling that I'm not like hiring staff, but I do a lot of partnerships, and here I have the ambassador, so it's even more compounding than having an employee, because all the knowledge and experience and the things which they do on daily basis, they bring that to the table. I'm bringing the software, we meet in the middle, and we push the idea forward. And it also validates very well that this makes sense, because they will be promoting this product with their name. We are going to have big announcement next week about that. And it shows you that if a professional company want to sign with their name with your product, that means a lot. If you have employees, of course, then can be experts in the videos, but they will just follow your path, follow your ideas and your orders, then adding so much experience and their choice and their taste to the table. So the world changes, but at this, I see that the middle part, which is the most boring part, actually becoming fun, because you can speak with the like-minded people, but not like-minded technical wise, but like-minded in the same goal to minimize the work time needed to achieve. In that case, it's coloring, but in other case, in the geo-checker, it's just better search optimization. But in other products, there are different goals. So I see that there are islands of people gathering around the same topic. Sometimes it's more formal, sometimes just the forum of people speaking about some niche. But I believe that we are a little bit back as a human. We want to speak more with the human because we spend so much time speaking with AI that actually it's a compounding effect because AI helps us with the boring stuff, with the development part, with preparing the documents, but the ideas comes from the real business, and the real business can be done with the other people running their own products or running their own service companies, which can bring expertise and maybe sometimes even feedback. I'm getting so much feedback from people from X, for example. I'm sharing the news about the small updates. I see that on X, there are groups around some topics, for example, bootstrapping, SaaS building, where people can help people or give the feedback or comment on what they're doing. So the middle part now it's getting to the point that it's actually fun, but you have to still keep in mind that at the end of the road, the product has to work, and and you have to find people which will pay for the service and for of using your product. So that's my small update regarding my product, but in general, I believe that building products nowadays it's not easier only because of the AI, but it's all the most important part are humans who are helping each other. So back to you, Marcin.
Yeah,
Any
that's a good
comments?
point. Yeah. I can do some comments and transition to my topic because I think this is kind of related with my next topic. But yeah, I do agree, obviously, and 100% because I think everyone would love to have some overnight success, to buy a business and immediately get paid off traction and maybe sell it for twice as much tomorrow and do nothing. But this boring path, as you named it, is essential. And of course, there is a lot of hard work put in every success. And even if something is looking like a overnight success or a stupid idea that just blew up or went viral and stuff like that, it's a result of a lot of tries, a lot of retries, a lot of failures, and a lot of other things which might be not that easily seen from the outside. And that's also the topic that I wanted to bring up here, because I don't know if you have seen, maybe you're following viral tweets about it. It's about Outbid.lol, which I named as the best product launch I've seen in a while, because it went viral such fast that I was having fun. I literally could have made a popcorn and eat it in front of the X screen and the website that got changed over the time. What it is, if anyone who watches us or listens to us don't know, it was a basic idea. The leaderboard of the brands or companies that were literally paying money to be higher on the leaderboard. So you pay more, you land higher and upper on the public leaderboard. Someone can pay more than you, then it lands on your spot. And to show it off how it looks, maybe I will add the screen and a small portion of my screen to the stake here. This is how it looks at the moment. It evolved since the launch, and if we'll go below the line, yeah, this got launched 160 hours ago, and it already earned $221,000 for the founder who launched it. So it is quite a nice monetization of the idea. And as I mentioned, idea is extremely simple. You put the product URL or handle, you choose the category. Right now there were no categories when it got launched, and then you pay. And right now you can see that the CIO company paid $17,000 to be on the first position, and you can pay $17,005 to take this spot. The guy who created it, named Jonathan Wilka, he is not here by coincidence. Of course, he got traction, he got viral with this idea, but he was launching plenty of other ideas. I don't want to scroll too far. Obviously, his old tweet and timeline right now is filled with the Outbid.lol right now, but he was working on super starters, super tools, and quite many of ideas which didn't blow up like this, right? The Outbid.lol was just one that finally got some traction. And as you've probably have seen, I stopped on the tweet when he mentioned about the clones of his idea. It was more than 300 cloned products like this. I can't remember when, but he was tweeting about it 100 hours after launching the product. So 300 clones already of the idea. Some other ideas. Creator of Trust MRR also launched some other bits related with the Trust MRR and startups being on the sales on top of this idea. So plenty of pivots, plenty of other things. And again, idea is simple: spend your marketing budget and got on top of the list. And then right now, a lot of companies who did try this are sharing their observations, because someone spent $42, for example, to got 64,000 people to visit his profile, but someone else secured the top place for $12,000, and yeah, conversion was quite crazy. So it might be worth it. Right now it is trending. It is a hot topic. There's a lot of clones, a lot of traction, so it might still work out. As I've mentioned, Jonathan is quite clever guy, I must admit, because he also started to do daily boards. So you have all-time leaderboard, and then you have only today leaderboard. So if you don't want to pay $17,000 to secure your number one from every time, but you can secure it for $4,000, for example, today. And then, of course, monetize it, do something with it, and see if it will work out. Right now, when we speak, 353 people are browsing the website, and since launch, it is 1,365,000 unique visitors on the website. That is currently, as I said, trending and getting a lot of traction, a lot of publicity across the world. So yeah, you don't always need to have AI bundled, to have crazy idea, algorithms, and whatever dashboard products, marketing tools you are building. Still, you need to put a shitload of hard work to make this happen, but it might be one idea just will click and get the traction and get you success, which then probably will motivate you to do more and do other products, which will be maybe more or less complicated than this. And yeah, the conclusion is, again, the product might took a night to build, but the moat was everyone talking about it, and at the same time there was plenty of failures back in the days behind the scenes, and you never know which and how and what product will succeed. But at the same time, you need to try. We need to try. We need to do our best to publicly talk about it and get, as you've mentioned, also people who are like-minded, people who are interested to test it out, give feedback, help you improve, and then if it will be used by even one person, two people, 10 people, I'm sure that it will confirm the point and get the ability to get better answer for more people. So that's my topic number 2. Do you have anything to add, Jack?
Yeah, that's kind of reminds me about the $1 million homepage. Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
It's back.
And
It's over 20 years now, because it's back from 2005. So the author of this was a student who was trying to collect money for his university. And yeah, so I like this loop that over 20 years, and we have something similar, which is also going out of the roof, right?
yeah, and of course, I smiled because at the same time when you mentioned that, and in the next of this idea, there was a 1 million pixel idea brought to the stage, and I don't know if I can replace your screen quickly, but this is exactly the newer evolution and revolution version of the website that you were just showing. Exactly launched
Yeah.
after the success of this, and now you have a price for pixel, and you can maybe they need to work out the mobile version because I can't see everything, but yeah, there was a movement towards this, and again, a lot of people were comparing this story to this 1 million pixels, 1 million spots. So yeah, again, idea, amazing idea, good execution and consequence, and then traction, right? So that's it. So hopefully we'll
Yeah,
see more of this because that's exciting.
traction, because as you said, there are so many clones, and probably there were many similar ideas previously, but this one clicked. And not only, I wouldn't say that this is the luck. That was a good plan and good execution, plus maybe a little bit of the luck or good timing.
Yeah. Cool. Over to you because you have a quite philosophic topic to wrap up our
It's
episode today.
it sounds philosophic, but I see signs of 2030 nowadays. Signs are around how people are building products, even this one which we mentioned. So I believe that by then, probably even much faster, there will be first unicorn with only one employee, and the employee would be the owner. I can give you a small example of the ideas which are picking up in the bootstrapping community. So here's the 10x app. Have you ever heard about it?
Nope. Nope, I
So,
haven't.
so this app helps you to transfer any idea or any existing website into a native Swift application, which will be in the App Store. So
Okay.
sounds quite boring, normal thing. But one thing which I looked up was a little bit shocking to me. Look at the age of
Hmm.
the co-founders. Do you
Sounds,
see the age?
yeah. 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 That's
So this is
crazy.
the this is the new economy. So those guys in 2030 probably are going to be billionaires. I'm maybe not
Yeah.
only with this idea, maybe with some other idea, but this is like the fresh new wave of entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, and just executors who come with the idea and execute it. So we have to really catch up and look at what the youngsters are doing, the youngsters who are building things. Because for me it was shocking, and the group of three teenagers plus maybe one parent of them or something
Yeah.
uh, actually bring the idea to life, and they are spiking the MRR. So it's over 10,000 USD now, MRR,
Crazy.
uh, and it's growing. And the founder of this is like showing how it works. For example, so he's 15 years old and he's recording how he's calling companies and saying that I can change your website into the native app for $500. And people like,
Hmm.
I don't know, but it's like, and he says, if you don't like it, you don't have to pay it. And he's closing one after another, one after another, one after another. And with the few clicks, with the application they all developed together using AI, they are making this happen. So they're changing the website. And if you want to order the pizza, you don't have to go to the Uber Eats or Glovo, because now they can implement the same functionality for a specific local pizza restaurant. So, so for $500, who wouldn't pay this much? Because it's like
Yeah.
for business, it's nothing, and for them, it's just another 15 minutes of clicking and having burgers probably. So, so this
Yeah.
is one of the things which I see that will be trending, like entrepreneur youngsters who in 2030 are going to be billionaires. So, and for sure, some of the solopreneurs will become billionaires as well in this time frame. So the other ideas which will be different people probably uh, people who owning assets will be still in a good position, and people who are selling only services to others will be in not the best position, because this is also the trend which is happening now. I was talking with many people from the media agencies, and they told me that the market is shifting, so that the bigger players are getting more and more and more work, and the smaller agencies are not getting that. And the thing is that the bigger players with all the tooling and all the expertise, they can deliver better work than the smaller agencies. So it's not only like choosing, you can choose big one or small one, but it will be that the few players on the field, on the different industries, will be gathering the most of the capital, most of the clients, and it will be more difficult for the other service companies to catch up with that. So that is my next prediction, and it's not really like prediction out of my head. It's something which I see or hear from friends from different industries, and attention will be more expensive. This is the other thing, because of the not only AI slop, but there will be limited places when you can advertise your things. That's why the attention will be also you can compare that to the capital. So there will be like two currencies in the future world. Real capital, regardless, it's going to be Bitcoin or USD or whatever, but the capital is money, and also capital in attention. So not only like influencers showing nice places around the world, but the people, experts from the fields, and I believe that it partially is why we do that. So some people will know that, okay, here you have the experts of the SaaS, experts from other fields, and we will get over the time some traction with the podcast, and also what we are developing and putting to the market. So I believe that this is going to be even more important than factors which are currently. So I didn't tell you any sci-fi future. This is just a few things which are evolving, and I guess it will be rapid change in the next year. So 2030 is going to be our year, I hope. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I got into some thinking mode in the meantime, because whenever you mentioned the advertisement, I literally thought about it quite a while ago. So it's like, right now, or not even right now, but earlier, we were paying for, like a cost per click, cost per impression. So now, where those impressions will be. So it's like how you will monetize, for example, the agent visit on your MCP or your CLI, or are companies who are just, it's hard to say just, but if their main business is kind of API utilization, how they will measure that, how they will monetize that. So there's plenty of challenges which are both opening some business model opportunities, but also closing some old business models opportunities, and ways of dealing with the businesses. So as you said, 2030, I was trying to calculate how far we are from there. It's not that far, right? So it's like it is literally quite close enough for us to think about it already. But at the same time, if you step back 3 years from here, back in the time, 3 years ago, then would we ever predict this kind of disruption of everything around us? Probably not. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So 3 years back, I thought I was clever, because then I subscribed to the waiting list of OpenAI to be like the tester or the early adapter of DALI 2. So do you
Yeah.
even remember DALI 2?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Yeah, so there was the first was DALI 1, which generated images like 160 by something, and DALI 2 was like, I don't know, 800 by 600 pixels probably. It wasn't any good, but still I thought, oh, I'm going to be this one third guy using that, generating some content. Nobody will know how I'm doing this so fast. So exactly this was my
Yeah.
thinking back then, because all the AI tooling at the time was like the geek stuff, which like the regular person wouldn't even touch with a stick, because it was like or techy or didn't work or was too boring to even learn how to operate with that. So my understanding was I have something very unique, because I know this product, I've heard about that, and probably nobody will hear about OpenAI ever. So in 3 years
Didn't work
time,
out. Didn't work out. Yeah.
that's why, as you said, like 3x time back and 3 times ahead of us. But now the difference is that we are now know that the AI disrupts everything. So it's not going away. It's not something which will come and go. It will stay and will only increase. So we have to prepare for the future and hope for the best. I'm super optimistic about the future. I'm really happy with all my setup of AI tooling right now. If I would know that this is possible, what I'm doing now, 3 years back, I would just, I don't know,
Wait.
smile, wait and smile
Yeah.
and have fun. So
Yeah.
exactly. So I'm very optimistic. I'm not afraid of what's going to happen, and I'm rooting that all the AI tooling will stay with us. Still, I'm selecting the hardware to buy to have my own standalone thing, but it's tricky to find the right one, because
Right.
once I
Yeah.
select something, then they'll have this like the tower,
Yeah.
which seems to be like the right solution. HP has something else. Nvidia has the Spark. So it's so difficult to select, and it will take some time also to set up everything and to learn the tooling on that device. So I have to select wisely, but yeah. What about you? Do you think about buying your own hardware and try LLMs on your own?
Uh, yes, I was thinking about it, but I always try to be far from hardware. I don't know why, but hardware was never my thing. But now I observed that. I observed DHH talking a lot about Omarkey as well for operating systems on top of the devices. I do follow recent Apple's announcements about the machines, and yeah, I think generally what I wanted to add to that was I watched an interview with Sam Altman, who still mentioned that the way of dealing with computers has changed, and right now the voice messaging, the other stuff, the voice commands. I still am an old-fashioned typer still for most of the time, and he mentioned similar that he cannot switch his mindset to use computer that way yet. But I think right now, after you said about this, I think generally the interfaces are changing, and the interface of using DALI, for example, or using ChatGPT, generally ChatGPT for dealing with LLMs was the revolution, because it got easier to deal with it. So right now we're shifting towards the voice operators, the remote controls of agentic sessions, agents being our co-workers and stuff like that. So I think this will again result in extremely shifted and different and amazing results. And I'm also on your side, I'm also quite optimistic about it still. So I'm really looking forward to it. And one thing is probably that we won't wait until the 3 years from now to surprise us, but we will definitely utilize it as best as we can. But it is extremely exciting. And when it comes to the hardware, probably it won't be avoidable. As I mentioned on my topic about the cost of using some of the models, probably to make it cheaper, to make it accessible and present for us in the setups for free or as close to free as it's possible on the controlled devices or closed ecosystems for some of the customers, not being able to or not willing to share the data with external worlds, closed gaps, closed networks. That's something what I'm exploring already, but yeah, I haven't been that far yet to go and choose the devices yet, but I will definitely reach out to you and learn from your explorations already. But yeah, I think it's unavoidable move. So sooner or later, we will probably all be talking about hardware, maybe in the next episode already, or maybe farther down the road, because even Apple and the big companies and other, I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, either OpenAI or someone else made an announcement that, yeah, we've made a chip and it's quite fast. So even they are working on the devices. So yeah, maybe for the next episode we'll already have some announcements from the big players about the devices that they will release, and your explorations will be over because there will be a perfect device for perfect price tag to serve for the models. We will see.
Cool. Yeah, I have nothing to add here.
Yeah,
Is it
so
a wrap?
let's wrap up. Yeah, I think that's the wrap. So we'll see what will happen until our next episode. But yeah, looking forward to a lot of interesting things. People who are watching us do all the amazing YouTube stuff to help us reach out more and let us know about your ideas, your challenges, your topics in the comments or wherever else you will find us in the internet. And yeah, join us for the next episodes. And Jack, it was always a pleasure to talk to you. And let's see what will bring us next to talk about in the next episode. So have a nice rest
Likewise.
of the day
Likewise.
and take care,
Have a good
everyone.
one.
Take care, Jack. Cheers.